It's already episode 17 of the Ultimate Adventure Van build. It's gonna get super hot today, so I got the van pulled up into the garage and I suggest we set up a workspace in the carport and then I can tell you what we're gonna do today. Let me tell you about today's plan. Unfortunately, my van has these really crooked walls, so we kinda gotta make them straight. Which means the plan for today and the next couple of days probably is gonna be to fit pieces of lumber somewhere on the wall to kind of get a flat grid. I can then insulate the entire wall, carpet these two sections, and then I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing again and double it up. So in the end, I'm gonna have a little shelving system, and once the second pane is on, I'm gonna have two straight walls in the van, which will make everything else a lot easier. I did have quite a few sleepless nights because I just can't get my head around how to do this the best. I guess it's just gonna be a lot figuring out in this episode. I'm super happy to have you watching along, and I'd say let's get started before it gets too warm. And I think first measuring out the back and figuring out where to place the framing, cutting everything out and doing the first glue up. Then what I also want to tackle is covering up the wheelhouses, but as always, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so let me show you the problem. Now look at the van, how crooked everything is. One thought I just had was not only make a shelf on this height, but also up here. So I could have kind of like a cable tray, and that would get me around this stuff here. Maybe now you can see why I've had sleepless nights, because this really was the point that worried me the most about the van build. Half an hour later, I think I have an idea. So up here in the front, there's this quite nice lip. Unfortunately, it doesn't extend all the way to the back, but I think we can just put a piece of wood all the way to the front and have it extend to the back and then tuck in the carpet and the insulation behind this. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get cutting. Looks like they fit pretty good. This shouldn't take long to dry in this heat, but anyway, I got myself some coffee and let me show you a little cool thing that I bought. It's a countersunk drill bit with a depth stop, so you can adjust it down here. And then you get the perfect depth and diameter and whatever to make the screws look nice. I also got some more screws and some paint, but I'm not sure if we're gonna use that today. Probably not. It should be good to go, so now the tricky part, making sure this is kind of plumb level, whatever you want to call it, to the van. But yeah, I don't have any reference points except the floor, but I'd say the floor isn't that straight either. There's so many spider eggs everywhere. Ugh. I'm just gonna be using the level on my phone, I think. That should be good enough. The van floor is parked at 89.4. But yeah, that's pretty much dead on. I'm really exhausted, so finally time for some lunch. Then there's gonna be a little side quest. So I drew up a plan. Now the box is supposed to go right in here with some weird angles, of course, again. Nothing straight in here. That should make the perfect place to put the inverter later on. I think I have enough of the old van floor to make it out of, because it doesn't have to be pretty. So let's get started with that. This took so much longer than I'd like to admit. Probably spent the better part of the last, I don't know, 3 hours working on it. All right, let's see if it fits. And I think there's gonna be some ice cream. All right, so those were the angles that I had to work around. And I'd say that fits pretty well. Ice cream was phenomenal. Now it's already kind of late, so I don't fancy making too much noise anymore. So I'm gonna pull out the garage, finish up some insulation jobs and bits here and there, then I'm gonna be back on another day. Never mind, there's such a big mess in the garage and I can never find my tools, so I think I'm just gonna go through all the boxes, clean everything up, and yeah, enjoy the sunset a bit.